Welcome back to our introduction into Canvas. We know how to make some modules, we know how to make some pages. Now let's try to add in some assignments and some quizzes. Just like we did with pages, we're gonna click on this plus button and I have some options. I could add in an assignment, I could add in a quiz. The big difference between assignments and quizzes is how the point values are assigned. In an assignment, you basically get one box, right? We get one place to assign points. Quizzes, we can use it as a quiz. We can make multiple choice quizzes. We can make fill in the blank. We can make essay quizzes, right? But it also gives us the option to have partial points. For like a science lab, I would always put my science lab in quizzes so I could go through and make comments on specific points. And in the beginning, the students were confused. They're like, wait, we're taking a quiz today? I thought we were doing a lab. I said, look, I know it says quizzes, but the way that it's organized and structured, I'm just able to go in and make specific comments on each of these sections. So I can comment on your hypothesis, I can comment on your procedure, right? Rather than only having really one place to make a comment. Let's go with an assignment. And this assignment is going to be called your Cell City project. So now I got my Cell City project, and notice this has a different icon, a little piece of paper with a pencil. I'm going to click on this, and it says no details were added. No points, nothing. I'm going to publish this just so it gives us all of the options to start with. You might not want to publish yours depending upon what you're doing. And I'm going to hit edit. Okay, here's where I can basically present the stuff for this assignment. So unlike a page, an assignment is going to give you the option to assign points. This could be something that's graded. So I have this whole document that I would copy and paste in here for this activity. It said, create a metaphor for cells, blah, blah, blah. So now I give them all the instructions, right? Maybe it's some videos. Just like a content page, you can add in pretty much everything you want. I'm going to say this is out of 25 points, right? Then we have this little button right here that says assignments. If I drop this down, this is a link back into the gradebook of Canvas. You can create different assignment groups within your Canvas gradebook. Honestly, I always just leave it as assignments. I know some people will do like bell ringers and they'll have all of their different assignments into different categories. For me, I just kept it simple. We just did the one group. How do you want their grade to be displayed? Percentages, complete, incomplete, points. This just figures out how it's going to calculate in their grades. Again, whoops, I only ever use points. I know how to weight using points, so I'm just going to always use points. You can turn it into something that doesn't apply to their final grade. Click that button. Again, I never do that because I always want the stuff to add to their grade. Submission type. This is kind of cool. You could have no submission. I don't know why you do that. Maybe they're just not submitting something. You could have it online, right? So I got some options. They could have a text entry box, a website, URL. Maybe they are doing something in another application. They just give me their URL. Maybe they are recording videos of themselves. Maybe they're using the iPads and they're doing some media recordings. Student annotation, no idea what that is. Never used that before. File uploads. Maybe they're uploading a Word doc or something, and maybe I want to restrict the file type, right? Click whatever it is that you need. But check this out. You could also just have it be on paper. So maybe they're getting the instructions for an assignment through Canvas, but they're actually going to turn in a paper assignment. Now you can still use the rubrics. Oh, we're going to see the rubrics here in a second. Rubrics are amazing in Canvas, but they still have the assignment to do on paper. Finally, external tool. We'll do another video about this. This gets into some cool little tricks about how you can use Office 365 or Nearpod as part of an assignment. Most of the time, we're just going to do online, and I'm going to say text, website, media recordings, file, whatever. Number of attempts. How many chances do they get, right? Oh, and do know you can always go back and change these later, right? Do you want to have unlimited? They have limited assignments. Group assignments. We'll do some more information about this too, where you can actually assign different students to be in specific groups. So you only have to grade the assignment once and it applies to their grades individually. Require peer reviews. Never used it before. I know some social studies and ELA teachers like this feature. I've never used it before, so I'm going to leave that unchecked. Now, if you go back to our original video about how to set up your course, we talked about sections, right? Here is where those sections can kind of come in. If I go back to my settings and I look at my sections, I created periods 1, 2, and 3, and it also has, the Science 1 course, everybody that's in there. So I'm going to go back to my Cell City project. I'm going to edit it. Scroll back down to the bottom. Yeah, yes, we're okay. Here, I can actually change who gets this assignment added to their section. So maybe this is something I just want to send to period 1 or period 2, or I want to send it to everyone. You have control as to who gets this assignment. Due date. I'm going to set this to be due on Friday. Okay? I'm going to make it available today, or maybe I want to make it available Monday. I can make it available whenever. If it's not available, it doesn't show up on their calendar and it doesn't show up on their assignments. Then I'm going to leave this assignment open. It's due Friday, and I know you might want to say, I'm going to leave it open till Friday, but if I would suggest, give it a couple days. There's always a student that gets sick, that's on vacation, or something that has to have this assignment open. Once it's open until it closes and the students do not have access to this assignment anymore. Now, even if they don't have access, right, if it's due on the 14th, but they turn it in, let's say on the 15th, Canvas will stamp it as late. So it kind of keeps track for you. So it doesn't hurt at all to leave this open for a few days after. In fact, it'll save some pieces, save you some grief for that kid that's coming back from the cruise. Okay, so I got my assignment set up. Oh, points. Let's say in my rubric, I have it set up for 25 points. I'm going to hit save. Now, I can add a rubric in, and here I can create my own rubric, and rubrics are super cool because once you set this rubric up, all you have to do is just click in the speed grader, click, oh, they got 5 points for this, 2 points for this, 2 points for this, click, 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 hit save, done. We'll do another video about speed grader later, but just know that you have this option to create these rubrics. Now I'm going to go and I want to show you something super cool, which is back here in the calendar. So we created this Cell City project assignment. Click on my calendar. Takes a second to load. And look at that. Right there on the 14th, when it's due, this assignment pops up and it shows the students when it's due. Now, these are all of the courses that I'm either in or have created. And I can see this Science 1 course right here is shaded purple. Students have total control over what their calendar looks like. So if I unclick this, all of those assignments go away. But if I click this, it's going to bring in all of the assignments, all the quizzes, everything for that course. They can also color code it however they like. Now, imagine this. Imagine a student, middle school student, high school student, all of their teachers are using Canvas. Everything populates on their calendar. So when they wake up in the morning, they look at TikTok because that's what they're going to do. Then they click on the Canvas app. The first thing that pops up is their calendar. It shows them everything that they have to do, right? This is a fantastic way that we can help and teach students how to remain organized and stay organized ourselves. And parents. Unfortunately, Volusia County does not have specific logins for parents yet, so they have to log in as their student. But they do that anyway in Focus. So when they log in Canvas, they can see all of the stuff that their student has to work on. It's just an incredibly helpful tool. And if I'm in the calendar, I can click this. And I can click this. Oh, hang on. Let me show you something real quick. I forgot to go into student view. Let me go into that course because we have another option, which is student view. If I click on student view, now I will see my Canvas course exactly how students see it. So if I go back to my calendar, now I'm envisioning I'm a student. I click this, shows me the details, gives me everything that I need, right? So this calendar becomes a clickable, useful tool. I'm going to leave student view. And internet's going kind of slow today. I'm going to go back to this course. And so we built an assignment. What about a quiz? Let's say I want to build a multiple choice quiz. I'm going to create a quiz. And we're going to call this, take this quiz. We're going to call this cell or plant versus animal organelles. Like I said, I would go back and I would edit. Well, let's do that now. Let's edit this. Do this. So they know they have to do that assignment. Take this quiz. Quizzes. Very similar to assignments where we can add in points, but we can create multiple choice quizzes. We can create short answer quizzes. You can create quizzes for anything, right? I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to say 25 points. I can always come back and change this later. I want it as points. I'm going to say this is going to happen on the 21st. It will be open from the 21st until, I'm going to say that Tuesday, right? Because remember, that kid's going to be on vacation. They're going to come back late. I'm going to hit save and publish. Now my quiz is created. Let's build. Okay. So now I'm in the quiz building section. Now I'm going to, I got my title. I'm going to insert my instructions. Answer, whoops, caps lock on. Answer the following questions, yada, yada, yada. I put it on my instructions. Okay. Now I click this plus button to insert content. I want to do a multiple choice quiz, but notice your choices. You can do matching, an essay, right? For science, the only ones I really use are multiple choice and essay. Let's say I'm gonna do a multiple choice question here. I can title the questions. Maybe you will have different sections in your test. I usually don't use this. I'm just gonna add, which of the following organelles is only found in plant cells? Now, to help out my readers, I'm going to boldface this. I'm going to underline this. I'm going to boldface this. Now I put it, that's my stem. Now I have to put in my answer and my distractors. I'm going to say, is it a cell membrane? Is it a vacuole? Or is it a cell wall? It's totally a cell wall. So I'm going to select this. Oops, I just skipped one. We'll call that mitochondria. I select, whoops. I'll go back and edit that because it wasn't done. I select cell wall. This button tells the system which is the correct answer. Do I want to give them a calculator if I'm doing a math test? Do I want to vary this? Do I want to shuffle the choices? Absolutely. I never really played with outcomes. We'll do some investigating about that later. Maybe you have a test item bank you've already created. I don't have that here. So I'm just going to make this question and hit done. There's my question. I preview. This is what it looks like for the students. Loading. Okay. Answer the following questions. Cell wall. Submit. Okay. Submissions for quizzes. Canvas will remember everything, right? Let's say a student's taking a quiz. They don't finish. Do not have them submit. right? Canvas will remember everything they have, just have them log out. They can log back in later and be able to get back in. If a student submits a quiz, it locks it, and you can't just reopen it again. What you have to do is clear out all of their answers and have them start from scratch all over again. So just remember that Canvas will remember all of their work, but as soon as they hit submit, they can no longer go in and change any of those answers, and you can't just open the quiz back up again. You have to reset the entire thing. Now I'm going to add in an essay question. So I go here, hit my plus, I'm going to hit essay. I'm not worried about the title. I go to my prompt. Why do plant and animal cells have similar organelles, yet some that are different? So now this is going to give them that rich content editor, same thing like in Microsoft Word. We could give them spell check. We could give all this kind of stuff. Hit done. Now they have that rich content editor where they can add in their stuff. So notice here, though, when I go back and I grade this, I can actually leave feedback for this and leave feedback for this. So I have different places where I could make comments, add in different points. So this is where quizzes give you that option for partial credit instead of just having that one point value in one place where you can leave comments. So now we got modules, we got pages, we know how to make a front page, and we know the difference between quizzes and assignments. Up next is going to be discussion boards, how we can use discussion boards in our class. Keep building. Let me know if you have any questions. See you in the next video.